From the archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. October 1873, Texas country. Fort Clark was fast becoming a vital part of the border territory's expanding economy. Colonel Mackenzie's remote 4th Cavalry outpost depended largely on local settlers for forage, fresh beef, and horses. In return, the settlers grew to depend on the patrols of Cavalry Blue as their only protection against death, from violent nature, from violent men.
All right, Mr. Fields. We'll take all of them. Just give this to the paymaster at the post, and he'll cash it for you.
This doesn't look like Mackenzie's signature to me. This requisition you gave me is a forgery.
He's been paid off now, and in full.
Well, looks like we bought ourselves some horses. All right, let's get him out of here.
Colonel Mackenzie had made the Army uniform a symbol of absolute trust. But now this trust was reaping grim rewards.
Colonel, Josh Benson is in your office waiting for you. He's been there for half an hour.
What's his business?
I don't know, sir, but he's all steamed up.
I imagine he is. Huh. Mr. Benson?
Colonel Mackenzie,
What can I do for you, sir?
may I be frank, Colonel?
Certainly.
I will put it to you simply, Colonel. You are an inefficient commander.
More killings done by men in Army uniform, I gather.
More killing by your troopers, Colonel.
That's a very serious accusation.
What else am I to believe? How do you explain this series of murders? First Adams, then Gifford, then Harry Town. You know them all as well as I do. And the only single fact to come out of it all is that the attacks were made by soldiers.
All right. I admit that everything you say is true, excepting those were not my men.
Are you prepared to prove that, Colonel?
How do you mean?
I speak for 30 families. Families who are still alive, who have not yet been attacked. This group has sent me here to tell you this, beginning now. Keep your patrols away from us. We are prepared to shoot anyone in uniform and ask questions later.
Give me no choice, Mr. Benson. You must be aware that my orders to this fort oblige me to protect the peace. To do that, I depend on my patrols. Now you're threatening those patrols with death. You're courting disaster, Mr. Benson.
Perhaps. But until these assassins in uniform are dead, we must protect our lives. Good day, Colonel.
Good day, sir. Sergeant. Sergeant.
Sir?
Order out another patrol. Ready to ride immediately. We'll be gone 2 days.
Yes, sir.
The marauders in uniform had to be stopped. To this end, Mackenzie led his troops out of Fort Clark to search the territory for some sign of the disguised killers. He he found what he was looking for. More ruthless attacks on helpless ranchers. Hysteria was so great that every soldier was in danger of being shot on sight by frightened civilians, unable to detect protector from assassin. Mackenzie returned to Fort Clark, driven by the knowledge that immediate action was necessary to stem this widespread threat.
Come on in, Lieutenant.
Any luck, sir?
I'm afraid this requires a little more than luck. Here, I got enough sand in my eyes to fill a bucket.
I'll get the sergeant to hustle up some hot water, sir.
Oh, later. Lieutenant, everywhere I went, stories of men in uniform committing every crime in the book. Lots of them.
Deserters, sir?
Can't be. There aren't that many in this territory. Can't be regulars. There are not that many men out on pass.
Sounds like the Jayhawkers during the war.
Exactly. Professionals. We've got to break up this gang before they get more uniforms, or they'll terrorize this whole territory the way they did Kansas and Missouri. Take a look. Adair's Horse Ranch. Paso Mine. Stage-way station. Hacienda Quintera. We got there an hour after they hit the place. Before that, here and here.
Like scattered buckshot.
Exactly. Buckshot has a pattern like that, arcing from the muzzle.
Prieto.
Prieto. The gun muzzle pointing right into the heart of our territory. I don't know what we're going to find there, Lieutenant, but that's where we're going to start looking. Across the river.
Across the river, sir?
Tell me, Lieutenant, you ever hear of a man named Nolan? Amos Nolan.
I don't think so, sir.
Well, he's a scout, kind of a no-good drifter. I want you to meet him 3 weeks from today on our side of Devil Horn Ford. If my plan works out, I think he'll come out of Prieto with exactly the information we want.
Can this, Nolan fellow be trusted, sir?
I've often trusted him with my life.
That's strange. I thought I knew them all.
When you're in the Army a little longer, Lieutenant, you'll find out that you never know it all. Every day, something new.
Yes, sir.
Extraordinary circumstances once again forced Mackenzie to violate Mexican sovereignty. Following his secret orders, he crossed the Rio Grande, knowing that his capture in Mexico would surely mean his death.
Are you alone?
I don't seem to be now.
Mind if I sit down? My name's Rita. What are you? Drifter? Saddle tramp?
My name's Amos Nolan. I'm a professional scout. That is, when I need a job.
Andale. Fentanyl.
give these back to him when you see him again.
Would it help if you had asked?
When I want help, I'll ask.
Just being friendly.
Well, you next?
No thanks. I just want to say a man who handles himself like you do could find some work around here.
Man that's got angles doesn't need a job.
Fair enough. You're a scout. I can smell them a mile away. I suppose that getting paid for leading freighters into Fort Clark is your idea of an angle.
You suppose right, mister?
With me, that's a job.
It's a job with angles. That's a fancy gun belt you're wearing.
Yeah. A friend of mine makes them.
Suppose he'd make one for me?
Depends.
On an angle?
Sometimes a scout's information is worth a lot of money.
Uh-huh. Well, like I told your friends, when I need help, I'll ask for it.
Any idea when that'll be?
Depends on how long my money holds out. The slow action around here, that'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going back to the fort.
You don't expect to find any action there?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, if you hear anything, I'll be here.
Senor, are you coming back?
In 3 weeks.
Well, what do you think of Nolan?
I don't know. There's something about that guy that bothers me.
Exactly. Kansas?
He's a scout. Like I told him, I can smell him a mile away.
Yeah, he's got a sharp pair of eyes. He noticed your belt.
He was admiring it.
Kind of admiration I don't trust. I think maybe you better follow him. Saddle up and get on his trail and let him out of your sight. We'll find out just how legitimate Mr. Nolan is.
May 17th, 1875. Mackenzie rode to his secret rendezvous with Lieutenant Summers at Devil Horn Ford. But a sixth sense warned him of something he had not foreseen. A few hundred yards across the river, Lieutenant Summers waited for Scout Amos Nolan. Under the watchful eye of the enemy, it was too late for Mackenzie to turn back. One salute, one word of recognition could destroy his plan. There was only one chance.
I still say there's something snaky about him.
Somebody's coming.
Don't shoot. What?
Snaky, huh? That saddle tramp would murder his grandmother for a plugged dollar.
What happened? You don't remember?
Only that you jumped me.
My watch.
And your wallet. I'm sorry, Mark. I had everything set up, but they got suspicious and followed me, so I had to make it look good.
When you found them?
I think so. The next step is to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Now, look, we've got 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I want every second to count.
Yes, sir.
First, you know where we can get a Conestoga wagon?
A Conestoga wagon?
A Conestoga.
Yes, sir. I think so, sir.
Get it.
Yes,
Get
sir.
it. And have the carpenters start taking it apart immediately.
Yes, sir.
Another thing, Lieutenant. I want 5 men trained to hip shoot the eye out of a squirrel in the middle of a somersault.
Sir?
After 2 weeks of long-range practice, give each of these men a week's furlough so his absence won't be noticed. You got that?
Yes, sir.
I may be wrong, Mark, but I think they're going to attack in here again. They're going to attack an Army freight wagon coming in secretly with something they need more than guns and bullets. A wagon load of Army uniforms.
Well, how are they going to find out, sir?
From Amos Nolan. For a price. Get going, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Mackenzie's plan to entrap the outlaws raiding American settlers in stolen cavalry uniforms would require split-second timing and precision-like teamwork.
That's as sharp a squad as I've ever seen, Colonel.
They'll have to be. Keep at it, Lieutenant. See you back at the fort.
Yes, sir.
Come in. Lieutenant.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes. I'm leaving now. I want to go over with you once again exactly what I expect of you.
Yes, sir.
Now remember, the whole operation depends on split-second timing. In the first place, I'm counting on their buying my information about that wagon and setting out for you.
Yes, sir.
So you see, you'll really be on your own, because I probably won't be able to get back to you in time.
I understand, sir.
Now, if everything goes according to plan, you'll be escorting that wagon, and they'll attack you.
Yes, sir.
That's when we use surprise. Don't let them get too close. When you do open fire, shoot to kill. Every shot must take deadly effect.
It'll seem strange shooting at cavalrymen, sir.
I know. Lieutenant, the whole success of this mission depends on you. It depends on your following your orders straight down the line.
Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
Oh, and Lieutenant, good luck.
Good luck to you, Colonel.
Let's see if your information's worth buying.
$500 first.
Talk first.
Lay it on the line first. That's better. There are 2 convoys headed for Fort Clark. The second one's the one you'll be interested in. It's loaded with carbines and ammunition.
And what's in the first?
Just a shipment of uniforms.
Well, I guess you've earned your money. Keep an eye on them, Kansas.
Why are you more interested in uniforms than in guns and ammunition?
You'll see.
That's why you wanted the uniforms.
Yeah, and we got a lot of guys just dying to use them. All right, let's get on with it.
Well, let me tell you the trail that wagon's gonna take.
Oh, you're gonna do better than that, Mr. Nolan. You're gonna show us the way.
That wasn't part of the deal.
What do you want to be, Kansas? A sergeant or a corporal?
I'd hate to have a saddle tramp outrank me.
There you are. Here you are, Corporal. These ought to fit you.
Put 'em on. We gotta get going.
This was the unexpected, the one thing Mackenzie hadn't counted on. In uniform with these Jayhawkers, he'd be shot down with the rest. He remembered his own orders. Don't let them get too close. Shoot to kill. Following Mackenzie's timetable, Lieutenant Summers left Fort Clark with the Conestoga supply wagon, the bait to attract the marauders. Lieutenant Summers knew this had to be the disguised renegade patrol. Mackenzie had done his job well.
Get set. Now remember, keep a steady course and move when I call for action.
Yes, sir.
Go out. Get up. Get up now. No escort. Just one man on the seat and an officer in the lead. Sit and duck. Lead on, Scout.
Mackenzie's voice kept mocking him. They'll be in cavalry uniforms. Don't let them get too close.
We almost shot you, sir.
I'm aware of that, Lieutenant. You followed your orders explicitly. Permit me to congratulate you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Corporal.
Yeah.
You got a match?
Yeah, I think I have.
Thanks.
How long you been in this outfit?
I enlisted in Houston. Just got in this afternoon. Some lieutenant gave me this fort.
Yeah. That's a lieutenant for you.
Well, I enlisted to fight.
Well, you'll probably get a chance.
How long you been in the Army?
11 years.
11 years? And still only a corporal? Must be the stupidest man in the outfit.
Sometimes I'm inclined to agree with you.
Watch out, Corporal. You're gonna get lieutenant.
Colonel Mackenzie, the platoon is ready for inspection, sir. What's the matter with you, Private?
Oh, it's just the excitement, I think. He's a rookie. He'll be all right.
Mackenzie's raiders rode again and again, carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest. Make it a decent place for people to live. Ride with Mackenzie's Raiders as they relive the blazing pages of history in the making.